Why did I become vegan slash plant based? Hey, Jason here. If you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me go through Josie. You saw me in Botswana and Habarun, and you've also been seeing me talk about success, what it is, and how to get it in the 3 areas of life that I focus on: happiness, health, and wealth. And so I wanted to really talk about today, like why did I change my eating lifestyle? Because I don't believe in diets to where I no longer eat meat, cheese, butter, or anything that comes from an animal. And I forgot, like, because for me, I've been at this for 8 or 9 years now. I can't even remember how long. I think 8 years. I think it's 8 years now. And so I've been at it so long, like sometimes I forget people do not know why I transition. And if you're here on the continent of Africa, you may not have ever caught my YouTube channel, and you probably just started seeing me on TikTok and started seeing me doing the different videos here. So I thought I would take the time to explain why did I actually change my eating lifestyle. Now, just to let you know, like I am a natural born Texan. I'm originally from Dallas, Texas, and Texans eat just like South Africans, meaning barbecue, 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 and beef jerky, which you all call what is the word for beef jerky here? Yo, I can't remember now. Let me know in the comments the word for beef jerky, cause I can't remember. Man, that's really throwing me off right now. Um, but besides that, so I came up from that type of eating habit, meaning, you know, I used to snack on ribs snack on ribs. Like I would go to Whole Foods, buy like 2 or 3 racks of ribs for me and CC, and that was our snack before dinner. Uh, I laugh at it now, but back then, hey, I thought I was doing the right thing, eating healthy, getting my protein in, like the doctors kept telling me. And the truth was, my health was just deteriorating and declining each and every day. Like I was getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And so it all came to a head. And this is like after I was in the military. So I went to the Iraq War. After the Iraq War, I ended up messing up my back. So I had to have a spinal fusion. And so even to this day, I have 10 screws in my lower back, which holds my spine in place. And so once they gave me the spinal fusion, um, once I woke up from the surgery, I actually lost all feeling below my left knee, so I couldn't really walk good anymore. And so with that, on top of being sick, I was on like about 40 pills a day. I had to take 30 just to manage pain from the neuropathy with the left leg, because there was times my left leg, it would just start turning and doing stuff on its own, and it hurt like hell, yo. I'm not gonna lie to you. And so with dealing with all of that, I started having sleep apnea problems, CPAP machine, and then my weight was just out of control. So my weight, the highest that it went to that I know for sure was about 556 pounds. I believe I was well over 600 pounds looking back at the pictures and seeing like where I'm at now and comparing it to those pictures. And I'm like, dude, you was a really big dude. Like that was that was way too much, not a little bit, way too much. And so if you're here in the continent and you're like, well, how much is 600 pounds? It can't be that bad. It's well over 300 kilograms, just to give you an idea. So having all of those issues, plus I was dealing with mental issues and severe anxiety, depression, all of these things from going to war, you know, I was really, really messed up. And one of the reasons CC and I sold all our stuff and left is we were just like, yo, man, we don't know how much longer we're gonna have to live on this earth. So we want to live it under our conditions, under our terms. And we was like, we're just gonna try to travel the world and do what we want to do. And so as we left and went to Central America, it was one of the best places to go. Because one, it was so hot there, like the heat there, it makes you sweat. You don't want to just be sitting in the house sweating. You like, yo, I need to go do something. And so that helped us get a little bit more active, but it also gave us the time to start thinking. We got out of that matrix of working a 9 to 5 job. We got out of that matrix of even just being around friends and family all the time. Because if you ever tried to change something about your life, usually your friends and family are the first ones to tell you, oh, you shouldn't do this, don't do this, why are you doing that, that's crazy, it don't make any sense. And sometimes you need to get away from that shit, yo. I'm gonna just be real with you. And so when we got away from it, like it literally gave us the time to just think about what do we want. And one of the things that I started wanting was my health. I wanted to be able to walk around. I wanted to be able to sit on a bus. I wanted to be comfortable on a bus. like be comfortable in a chair, not all half of my body hanging out of the aisle. And I was just sick of that. I was tired of being humiliated. Everyone's like, "Oh man, you was this war hero, war guy, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Yo, now I'm just this fat dude that can't do nothing." And I got tired of that, and so we started literally trying to think about and figure out ways to get healthy. And somehow we ended up coming across plant-based, and we was just like, "Yo, this is something we've never tried before, and so let's give it a shot." And so as we started giving it a shot, one of the things we kept doing was we kept learning. We kept going to different seminars for doctors. We kept going to online events that doctors were holding. We were reading lots of books, doing a lot of different things. And let me tell you, like, also at this time, like, one of the reasons we didn't talk about this openly, and I wasn't talking about it openly at that time, a lot of these doctors who were helping people to transition to get away from a lot of these illnesses and sickness, they was mysteriously coming up dead. A guy, the best way I can say it is like someone committing suicide, shooting themselves twice in the head. I don't know how that's possible, but that was something that kept happening, coming up. And so we became real conservative and quiet about what we were doing inside the home and how we were changing our life. And so as we kept changing and started getting better at transitioning into plant-based, getting more alkaline, detoxing our body, doing all of these things, I started seeing parts of my health come back that I wasn't even looking for. Remember, I was just I thought being healthier was losing weight. I thought once you had an illness or certain things, like it was just, you're gonna have that for the rest of your life. And the first thing that I started seeing was my blood pressure started to drop. Now, mind you, I've been having high blood pressure since I was 23 in the military. And it was like, "Oh, you're gonna be taking these for the rest of your life." And I believed that at the time. But once I started changing my eating lifestyle, my blood pressure levels got back to normal, and I was like, "Yo, this is weird." Then I kept going farther and farther. Then, like after 3 months of plant-based, I started realizing my thoughts were getting clearer. I could think for a change. Like I wasn't having all of these anxiety moments. I wasn't depressed as much, and also I was able to focus more on things. Then let's fast forward 6 months. After 6 months, I started breathing better. And I remember I was like, "Yo, I think I don't need this CPAP machine anymore." And it took me another 3 months before I got off the machine, because I was definitely terrified of, dying in my sleep. And I haven't been on a CPAP machine ever since. Then fast forward, I think it took about another 3 months, so we're about a year in. I started regrowing the nerves in my left leg. I was able to walk better. I didn't need to use my cane anymore. I didn't need to walk around with, I had what is that thing called? It was a prosthetic inside my shoes that would keep my foot up, because I had flat feet. Not flat feet, I had drop feet, and my foot would just drop like this. So whenever I walked on a curb or something like that, I would always trip over myself. And so then I noticed that my foot was staying up on its own. And then I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." So then I started seeing, hey, can I reverse some of my heart issues that I was having? Because one of the things that I had issues with right before we left was I had a cardiac event. I have to say that word because it's a cardiac event. That's what it is in the medical documents. And that really scared me, yo. It really scared me and woke me up in life. And when I had that event, I realized I want to live. I want to live. And so I had to find a reason to live again. And fast forward now to where I'm at. This is why sometimes people don't get it when they're making fun of me or they're joking, eating meat in front of me and stuff. Like, look, if you can eat meat, more power to you. I'm so happy for you. However, there are people out here who's like me that cannot eat meat. We cannot eat animal products. Everybody cannot eat the same type. And if you see, I don't try to force my eating lifestyle on other people. Like when I'm sharing some of my foods and stuff, I want people to see like, yo, I don't eat salads all day, man. Because for some reason, people always think like, oh, you don't eat meat, so you just sitting there eating on carrots and salads. And it's like, no, I eat food, man. I eat food just like you eat food. And that's one of the reasons why, that's the main reason why I ended up going plant-based. Now, after that, after I started going really deep and understanding this knowledge of how powerful plants are for your health, I started being able to help other people. I had opened my own practice at the time. I was helping people with diabetes, things like that. And the funny thing was, man, I started realizing in 2 to 3 months, you can start changing most of the problems you're dealing with if you start changing what you're putting in your mouth. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm an advocate for people who want to change their eating lifestyle. This is why I'm very open and honest about me, how I eat right now. And I'm not living in fear anymore. So just wanted to let you know and have a great day.